Hello everybody, hello to the internet, and hello to you. My name is Francie, and welcome to my post-birthday special week. In this week, we will actually be doing something that I'm really excited to do, which is an Account Tour Gauntlet. That's right, I'm gonna be showcasing all of my accounts throughout my gacha games. I hope you enjoy it. This video will be way less edited as I want to leave everything in and slowly talk about my characters, their builds, and how I got them. So you can put this video on the background while you do something else and just listen to my ramblings. So, without further ado, let's actually get into it. So, I want to introduce you guys to my account. My name is the same as in YouTube, PurpleFrenzy24. This is my UID in case anybody wants to add me. I really accept anyone that sends me a friend request, so I don't really care if you guys do so. And Shiny Giratina didn't want to show up for my birthday. I wrote this because I was doing some Dynamax adventures and I was farming Giratina like crazy, but I didn't get anything. But let's actually get into the character menu. I don't think there's anything else super interesting to showcase. Oh, well, this is a little bit of weapon spoiler. I don't think there's anything. I just have a little bit of everything over here. Something I should probably show before my characters. My map, actually. As you guys can see, I'm not just a pay-to-win player. I do my diligent duty. I have almost all of TVAT's map to 100%. I think the only couple of regions that I don't have to 100% are a few in Northcry, probably. Or no, these are all 100%. Fontaine 2, Sumeru, Inazuma, of course. So I think there are only sub-areas. The Frost Moon, obviously, I haven't completely finished. I still have to finish the quest, in fact. But I'm close to it. I'm getting there. And probably oh no, this is also 100%. Okay, so everything else is 100%. So you can see that I don't just pay to win. I actually work for my stuff, I promise. Okay, and now let's actually take a look into my characters. I'm gonna just be going in a straight line. So all the Geo 5 stars, all the Animal 5 stars, so on and so forth, until we get to the characters that I haven't built, which will be way more brief to explain. But as you guys can see, I have my fair share of 5 stars. It is true that, as always, I do spend money. I buy the battle pass sometimes, and I always have the Welkin Moon activated, so I do have a couple more primos than the average player. But regardless, just know that I have worked hard to bring my characters to their fullest potential. So I hope you guys can see that, because my accounts, I take a lot of time to invest into them and work them out. And what? And I'm so sorry. And work on them. I'm struggling with English. But okay, let's actually just stop blabbering. So yeah, these are all my level 95 stars. Up to here, I just have these 5 level 94 stars here. And then the rest are level 80. Some of them are built, some of them are not. And I think I have every single 4-star. But yeah, not all of them are built, obviously. I would like to eventually maybe do so, but there's way too many characters to actually fully max out every single one of them. So probably won't do that. And I think my only 5-star that's not level 90 is Jean. It was Jean and Chi-Chi before, but I just recently finished building Chi-Chi for my Stellar Conduct team because as you all can see, Sandrone is in my account, this diva. But we will get to her later. Anyways, let's start with Xianyun and the Geo lineup. So, Xianyun. I was thinking of also commenting a little bit, I was thinking of also talking a little bit about how I got these characters, like the pulls and everything. I do have written down some notes of like when I got every single character, the pity and stuff, but I think I will probably just mention the most notable ones, the ones that I consider are like very lucky cases. But Xianyun was just a hard pity guarantee, so nothing to talk about there. She has 3.2k defense, almost 200 ER. She's rocking the free-to-play forged weapon from Natlan, R5. Also her signature set. I'm probably not gonna say the name of the sets because there's only the Spanish ones. I don't actually know the English ones. But yeah, the signature Natlan set. C0, obviously. And both her skill and her ult are crowned. She is a unit that I tend to use a lot, so I have to keep her in good shape. And I think she is doing pretty well. So, next up, we have Chiori. She has 2k attack, 92 crit rate, and 180 crit damage, and the tiniest bit of energy recharge. She has the Battle Pass weapon, the one that gives skill damage, and she has, do I have? Oh yeah. She has Opulent Dreams. I do know the name of this one, but it's basically Ito's set. We have her at C0, and she's actually not crowned yet. Oh, you guys may realize, as I go through my characters, that something very particular about my account is that I level up every single talent. And when I mean every single one, I mean even the useless ones. So, for example, characters like Chi-Chi that should have their normal attack at level 1, yeah, I level up those too. But it's just like a silly habit of mine. I cannot stand when they are at different numbers, especially not level 1, unless they are specifically level 8 or level 10. It's something very specific to me, so I don't know if anybody else does that, but yeah, a little bit silly. Okay, so next up is Navia, and she's a unit that I'm very proud of. 2.2k attack, 77% crit rate, and 223 crit damage, with a little bit of ER as well. And I have her signature weapon. I really, really loved her whenever I saw her the first time in the Fontaine story. And like, I immediately fell in love with her design. She is so beautiful. And when she came out and her signature weapon was a freaking axe, I just knew I had to try and get it. And fortunately, I was lucky enough to be able to get it, so I'm really happy about that. Also, something that I didn't really mention with Chiori, I was thinking of pulling stuff. I didn't get her first, I lost my 50-50. Well, did I lose my 50-50? Well, the case is that she came home early, so she is a diva for that. And, sorry. Very interesting story with Navia. I actually got her at like regular pity, probably 75 or 76, but I did win my 50-50. I was very happy about that. And then I was on a call with an ex-friend of mine, and they told me like, oh my god, do a single pull just for good measure or something like that. I don't know what they said. And I was like, okay, one single pull wouldn't hurt. And the immediate next pull to Navia, that single pull, was a freaking 5-star, and it was my first ever Gene. So that was the funniest and most insane story time in gacha pulling of my life. Because that is so crazy. Like, what are the chances that they're like, hey, do a silly little single pull, and I actually got a 5-star? Like, that's crazy. Okay, she has her signature set as well. C0. I have tried to get 1 or 2 constellations of hers at some of her reruns, but I actually never got anything. I think once I got an early on her banner, like on her rerun banner, but I actually got a D-look. Yeah, so not very nice, but that is a-okay. And she is triple crowned because she deserves it. She is a diva and she is the moment. Next, we have Arataki Ito, one of my earliest DPSs. I really liked him when I first saw him, like, because he goes way back before I was, like, into Genshin. Because I had a period of time, like, basically since I started to AR 50 or 53, something like that I played the game, like, way more casually. I didn't even know how things worked. And then when I came back to the game, I actually, got into it and actually learned how to properly build characters and how the gacha system works and everything. So he was a character right in the middle of those 2 stages of mine. So I kind of knew how everything worked. I knew that at that time I had a guarantee on his banner, but I didn't really know how to properly build characters and everything. So he carried me a little bit through the early game, but I haven't actually used him that much. I mainly like him for his design, his very nice design. Although it could be nicer. All the people that say please buff Ito's model, I agree. I unfortunately don't have his signature weapon, but I have the BP Claymore. He does have his signature artifact set, C0, and he's not crowned either. And as I said, his pull was a guarantee on pity, so yeah. Next up, we have Zhongli, and Zhongli is is definitely something else. So I have this little something, the Archon Curse, I call it, that basically means if I am on a 50-50 on an Archon, I will lose it, no matter what.
Wine tastes the same.
Please don't osmanthus wine me right now. You know what you did, anyways. So basically, the Archons that I had up to Mavuika, so Venti, Zhongli, Raiden, Nahida, and Furina. All of those were either a guarantee or a lost 50-50. And Zhongli was basically the Archon that took me the longest to get. Oh wait, actually, Venti was the exception to the rule. We'll get into him later. But Zhongli took me like 3 to 4 years to get. I pulled for him since 3.0 on that Zhongli and Tignari banner on the release of Sumeru. I had saved for him. And you know how he thanked me? Giving me a freaking D-look. But you know what's funnier? 4.0 then comes around a year later, Zhongli and Tartaglia banner. I then again saved for Zhongli, and you know what he gave me? Another freaking D-look. And so, I had to wait until freaking Natlan, the 5.2 banner, where I had a freaking guarantee to finally get him. Mind you, I started the game even before Sumeru released. I started the game at like 2.3. So it took me like 3 years to get this silly little old man to come home. But to be honest, I do not regret it. He is such an incredible character. So, as you guys can see, 56k HP and 155 ER. I mainly use him as a shielder slash burst support. I don't have the Zhongli DPS mindset. He has the... how's this called in English? Well, you know that 3-star polearm that gives HP. Yes. And he is on Tenacity, C0, and he is triple crowned. Even if his normal attack does absolutely nothing, I don't care. I wanted to triple crown him. And with that, those are all the Geos. And, well, the 5-star Geos. And we're gonna get into Anemo, and next up is Varka. My man, I love him so freaking much. To be honest, I wasn't like the most excited Varka fan when they announced that he was gonna be Nullcry. I knew about his existence, but I wasn't like, oh my god, Varka. You know, I like his design though. Like, he was, when I first saw him, I thought he was really cool. But then I met him in the story, and he's so silly, and I like him so much. Plus, he's freaking hot as hell. I'm gonna have 2 cents for that. Oops. Well. So, yeah, I'm very happy to have him, actually. And he was a win 50-50, so that was very nice. So, almost 2.5k attack, 77% crit rate, 221 crit damage. And I do have his signature because I did get lucky on the weapon banner. And thankfully I didn't lose to the other weapon on the banner because I already had it, and I will talk about it when it comes to it. Then we also have his signature set, the one that released in the same version, C0, unfortunately. And his skill is crowned. I haven't crowned his burst, mainly because I don't use it nearly as often as I probably should. But yeah, that is Varka for you guys. Next we have Mizuki. I actually don't know how well built she is. I don't remember much because I don't use her nearly as often. But 940 EM. A little bit of crit rate and crit damage because apparently that's recommended. I don't know how, I don't know why. And 130% ER. She is on... I keep forgetting the English names of the weapons, but that 4-star that gives you EM. I'm just gonna refer to all the weapons as that one weapon, basically. She is on Viridescent and C0, thankfully. Let's keep it that way. And she's not crowned, 888. Next up, we have Chaska, and she's also a little bit of a fun story because after I got Zhongli on 5.2, I did pull for her and lost my 50-50. And I was quite bummed because at the time, I thought Chaska was insanely cool because she could fire almost any element. And like, she was kind of the first character that was able to use an element that was different than hers. Like, not just swirl, but like directly attack with another element. At least as far as I can remember. I'm not sure if that's true. So I lost that time, but thankfully I was able to get her in 5.8, I believe. So yeah, that was really nice. She has 2k attack, 62 to 28. With the Natlan set, that's 100%. Not her signature, but we have the BP weapon, the one that buffs charge attacks. Obviously, she's on the Natlan set, so 100% crit rate. No constellations, and she's double crowned on skill and burst. And next we have Xianyun. She's a really cool character. I actually quite like her when she released. And especially after her story. I don't know why, but like, I think she's a cool character. I know not many people like her or like well, not like her, but don't care about her, you know? But I do not regret at all getting her. So she's on 3.1k attack and 174 ER. She's on that 2.5 event weapon. She's on that set that I released with her. I think it's her signature, but I'm not entirely sure. C0, and she's only crowned on the burst. And next up, we have Wanderer, which honestly, I don't use him nearly as much as I want to, simply because I never find the right time or team comp to use with him. But he's actually a character that I quite enjoy. I think he kind of redeemed himself. I know he's quite controversial, many people still hate him, but I think like after all of his arc, he kind of ate. Like I don't necessarily forgive him, but I'm okay with him. I like seeing him in story quests and everything. So 1.8k attack, 84% crit rate, 154 crit damage, which I would like to improve. He's on the Battle Pass weapon, and he's actually on his signature set, but they're definitely not the best pieces. C0, and he's not crowned. And next up, oh my god, my boy, Kaedehara Kazuha. I love him so much. And fun fact, I actually got him on my birthday a couple of years ago. And I regret absolutely nothing. He freaking carried me so hard through a lot of content. Like, he is the MVP of Genshin Impact. So, 961 EM and 160 crit, not crit, energy recharge. He's on the Mondstadt Forge weapon, and he's obviously on Viridescent, C0, and he's crowned on the burst because his skill doesn't actually affect his. Oh my god. I don't know how to talk. His skill doesn't affect his damage buff, so I didn't feel the need to crown it. But yeah, I love Kazuha so much. But next up, we have Xiao. He was actually a character that I got later on that I would have liked. I don't remember the... Oh, I think I remember the version. I think it was 3.4 when Al-Haytham released. I wanted to pull for Al-Haytham, but I think I got close to Pity, but I didn't actually hit Pity, maybe? Or he was on the same phase as Al-Haytham. I don't remember, but regardless, I wanted Xiao at the time, and kind of a crazy story. I lost to Mona. I frantically explored the desert to get some pulls, and on my pull number 6, I don't know why I remember that, but it was pull number 6. I literally just closed my eyes and in my head, prepared myself mentally, be like, okay, I see the 5-star, I see the wish glowing, and I see Xiao descending upon me. I do the freaking pull, and exactly that happens. I get a gold, and obviously it's Xiao. So I was absolutely flabbergasted because I was like, no way I freaking manifested that. So quite insane. That was a really nice moment. He's on 2.3k attack. Yes, attack. 79% crit rate and 158 crit damage. And almost 130 ER. He does have his signature weapon because obviously it's a weapon from the standard banner. And I actually have a couple of his spears. I have 2. So yeah. He's on his kind of signature set. The one that released with a chasm. But he's had a couple of changes over the years, so I don't know what's best for him right now. And he is actually C1. Not... Oh wait. Yeah. I I actually forgot how I got his C1. I was like, did I claim it from that constellation event? But no. This actually happened on the Leeway Chronicle Wish, where I was pulling for Shenhe, and I lost to Xiao. So I have his C1. But I'm actually not mad about that at all, because it definitely helped me so much to decrease his energy recharge cost. Because, like, with 3 skill uses, you basically get his burst instantly with some minimal ER. Which is very nice because it allows to constantly spam his burst. And he is not crowned. I actually thought he was crowned. Well, that's okay. And next up, lastly, for the animal boys and girls, we have Venti. And he is such a special case. He was basically, well, kind of the saver of my account, like savior, because at the time I came back, I basically got my first limited 5-star the moment I came back because I had a guarantee. And then on 2.6 we had the Venti and Ayato banners, and I wanted Venti so bad because I love Mondstadt and I loved him, his design and everything. And I was obsessed, I don't know why, I was obsessed with getting his C1 as well. So, my silly little goofy self that didn't know a lot about the gacha system at the time, I just knew there was 50/50s and guarantees, I believe, but I didn't know, like, you know, about pity and stuff, and I thought like 5-stars were much more common than they were. That being said, I actually didn't get my first 5-star until AR53, which was a Diluc, which is why I had my guarantee. But yeah, I don't know why I thought they were way easier to get. So, I pull up to Venti and Ayato's banner with 50 pulls only, not even enough for a 5-star. I didn't have any pity because I had just gotten my first limited 5-star before. And somehow, by some miracle, I got him, I think, within 30 pulls. A 5-star just showed up and decided to be Venti. And I was like, at the time, I was like, yay, nice, I got him. But now I look back at it, and I'm like, how the hell did that happen? You know? So, kind of a crazy story as well. But it doesn't end there. Because, actually, give me a break. I'm gonna, get some water. Sorry. This feels like a freaking podcast, not gonna lie. So, the craziest thing was yet to happen. I get Venti. I don't remember exactly what happened after, but I think I saved for a bit, and then what is it? It was a long time ago, I'm sorry. I think I got Venti. Then I decided to save, and then at some point, I decided to pull for Ayato, because, and this is really funny, at the time, my newbie Genshin player mind thought that every Hydro character was a healer. And I didn't have any really good healers at the time, I only had Barbara. So I thought Ayato was a healer. And so I decided to pull for him because I like his design and I thought he would be a good healer. So I do a temple, I believe, and lo and behold, I freaking got Ayato too, early, the back-to-back temple. And I'm like, at the time I was like, okay, yes, nice. But now I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Insane stuff. But that's not all. There's even more. Because both of these pulls, the Venti pull and the Ayato pull, happened at Saturdays, and for some silly reason, I was convinced that my luck came from pulling on Saturdays. So I waited a whole week until the next Saturday, and I decided that I wanted to try and pull for C1 Venti. I pulled on singles, and the first single I did, back to Ayato, because I think Ayato was either also single in the end, because I ran... No. What happened? Either I also pulled on singles with Ayato, or I got him on the last Wish of the Temple. I don't remember. But I do a single pull, and back to the Ayato pull, I get C1 Venti. And I'm like, yay, C1 Venti! How the hell did that happen? So, I was chilling with C1 Venti, and also something, it just gets insane after. But the next Saturday, I did a single pull on the standard banner and got my first Mona. But, you know, irrelevant to the case. So, way after that, 3.1 rolls around. I like Sino. I pulled for Sino. I got Sino. I will have to talk about it later when we get to him. I decide to pull on Venti's banner to get Tignari, because I didn't get Tignari at 3.0, and little spoiler, Tignari is actually my favorite character of the whole game, and I love him so much, and everyone that doesn't have him build, you're done. You're done. Anyways, so I wanted Tignari because he was now on the 50-50 loss pool. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull on Venti, and I had this delusion in my mind that I was gonna get Tignari. At 4 pity, I get a 5-star, and it's C2 Venti. And here's the proof. And so, now, for whatever reason, silly me made some decisions in the past, and now I have C2 Venti. But wait, because now he's buffed with the Hexorai stuff, so C2 Venti is actually a freaking insane DPS nowadays. So I think I just, you know, my mind was on stonks. My mind knew. I somehow knew this was gonna happen. And so now I just have an insane both support and DPS. So that's Venti. 1.6k attack, 75% crit rate, 125% crit damage, because I think I still have him on his support build, because now I have Varka, so I didn't actually build him as a DPS. 200% ER, and he does have his signature, which I got when I was pulling for Shilonian's weapon. I didn't mention that, whoops. It was on her rerun, but I lost to Venti's weapon. And it's not even the new DPS one, but since he's built as a support, it's okay. He's on Viridescent, C2, obviously, and Triple Crown, because my king deserves the absolute best. And thank you so much for blessing me in my early days. He is such a diva, absolutely. And with that, we get to Cryo now. I think I'm gonna have to speed things up because there's a lot of characters left, and it's already 34 minutes long. So yeah. Next up, Skirk. She has 1.8k attack, 70 to 202. She is on the Battle Pass weapon, her signature set, C0, and she's double crowned on skill and burst. And this was also nice pulling. I got her on normal pity, I think 74. Shenhe was also available at the time. I did a temple on Shenhe's banner. I got a Mona right after getting Skirk, and then I was able to guarantee Shenhe. So yay! So that's my Skirk. Then we have Sidlali over here, and I'm gonna have to talk about this version extensively because that was the luckiest version of my freaking life. So 988 EM and 164 ER. She's on that 4-star EM weapon. She's on her signature set, C0, and just crown on the shield. And the context is, I'll talk about it now, but it basically also plays for Mavuika. 5.3 or 5.4? No, I think it was 5.3. Well, the version where Mavuika releases comes around. Both Mavuika and Silali release. I am so excited and nervous to pull for Mavuika because she was said to be the best DPS ever in Genshin history on her release. And it makes sense because she's an Archon, right? So I'm super nervous because of my Archon curse. But thankfully, when I reached Pity, I actually ended up winning my 50-50 and I got Mavuika and I was super duper happy, right? Then I discovered that her best in slot support is Silali apart from Xianyun, you know? And since I already did have Xianyun, I thought I might as well pull for Silali because I would like to have her too. She's cool, I like her design, and well, she would be really good for the team, right? And I ended up getting Silali early as well, yay! I like 40 pity probably, so that was really cool, right? Then comes around the second phase, and I had like 70 pity on the Chronicle Wish, because I had built up pity from pulling for Albedo, which I unfortunately don't have to this day. I wanted to pull for Shenhe, pulled, got that C1 Xiao, so sucks. But I didn't want to pull on that banner anymore because Arlecchino was on the banner. And I thought, there's no way I get Arlecchino, but I want to build pity, and if I get Arlecchino, that would be incredibly insane. Lo and behold, I also get Arlecchino early. And I already had Chlorine, so apart from Shenhe, I got everyone that I wanted on those banners. So I got 3 50-50 wins, 1 on normal pity, and 2 earlies. So that was the most insane version ever for me. And it was really nice. Next up, we have Shenhe. So I ended up getting her with Skirk, as I said. And she's currently C1 because I got her constellation from the event. Well, it's a permanent event, but you know, the Temper Thyself thing. I don't know the full name. So almost 3.2k attack and 200% ER. She is on this Skyward Spear of Hell because I have 3 of them, all from the standard banner. I cannot get any other weapon for the life of me. Standard Spears love me. So yeah, she's on that. She's on Noblesse, C1 as I said, and Double Crown on Skill and Burst. Next up, we have Eula, and she's a really interesting case because I got her on, I believe, 4.5, where the first Chronicle banner came around. I actually also wanted Albedo, but I didn't really know who I wanted to go for first because both of them were basically outdated at the time, right? But I thought Eula would be more interesting due to her playstyle, because Albedo is just kind of like, you know, another Geo sub DPS, but Eula was and still is the only physical 5-star DPS. So I thought she would be interesting even though she was outdated, right? So I lost Chiori, as I said before. I moved on to the Chronicle, did 2 pulls. On the second pull, I get freaking Eula. And I'm like, what? So yeah, that's how I got Eula. So 1.6k attack, 78 to 218. She's on the BP weapon. She's on her signature set, C0. I actually was thinking of getting her C1 on the event, but I ended up going for Yae Miko's because of the Stellar Conduct buff. So yeah, and not Crown. Next, we have Ganyu, who is the character that I ended up using my guarantee on in 3.0 after losing Zhongli. Should I have gone for Kokomi? Yes. Did I go for Kokomi? No. Because at the time, Ganyu's gameplay was more appealing to me, and I don't know why. I just wanted to get her, and I did. So she's at 1.8k attack, 65 to 215, almost no ER, but that's okay. She's on the BP weapon. She's on kind of any any charge attack bow DPS's signature set. She's C0, and she's 777. Some of my characters are 777, if I don't tend to use them almost at all. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, Ganyu. But I still quite like her to this day. And next up is Chi-Chi, who just recently joined the level 90s, 2.2k attack, and 240 ER. Got her the Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda, anyways. And she is on the 4-piece, you know, the healer set. The one that everyone uses on every healer, ever. She's C0, and thank God, I appreciate that she's buffed now, but I do not wish to have any more constellations of her unless they come from the standard banner. No thank you. And she's 888. Just like, as I said, very recently built her. Oh, I didn't talk about Wanderer's thing. So, Wanderer pulling. I actually ended up losing on the hard pity to Chi-Chi. My first Chi-Chi ever. I was pulling Building Pity on Wanderer because I wanted him so bad. He was basically the first character to have like mobility, quality of life on his kit, because he could basically fly, which not many characters could. Like, there's Fenty, Zhongli, Albedo, and those were the holy trinity of quote-unquote structures, but Wanderer was the first one that could like actually fly freely, and you know, you could choose the range kind of. So yeah, and also because, you know, lore-wise, I also quite enjoyed Scaramouche. So I wanted him so bad. I lost. I was distraught. On the last day of the banner, a couple of hours before it runs away, I'm like, okay, I have a couple of pulls. I pray, but it's not gonna happen. Turns out it did happen, and I got my Wanderer. So, well, yes. And lastly, for the cryos, we have Ayaka, and this is another interesting story. So, she, in short, well, let me drink some water first. In short, she was the character that made me quit Genshin Impact for a couple of months until I came back.
Its duty.
Yes, Eva. Yes, Eva, tell him. Anyways. So, Ayaka, I unfortunately lost to her. Well, no, lost to Keqing on her banner. My first Keqing, by the way. On 2.7, I believe, which is when the infinite Ayaka banner incident happened, where her banner was prolonged for like 6 months, which wasn't actually 6 months in the end, but you know, the banner said that. And basically, I wasn't gonna, oh no, it was 2.6, never mind. It was after Venti and Ayato, so yeah, I basically had no primos or pity. But I wanted to still try to get her because I thought she was really cool and I wanted a cryo DPS. I wasn't gonna be able to get to pity, but thanks to the extension of the banner, I actually managed to get to pity. I reached 84, my longest like pulls yet. I've never reached a pity that high, and I ended up losing to Keqing. So I was so mad that I slowly stopped doing dailies and ended up like not playing at all. But after a couple of months, I came back and I am so glad I did so because Genshin to me is incredible and a core part of my life right now. And later on in 3.5 on the Dia banner, well, the second half, I actually ended up getting her. I don't know if it was. No, I think. Oh, yeah. It was another loss to Kaching again. But I ended up getting her early at like 30 pity. So I'm really happy about that. And now the Cryo Diva is home. So 1.7k attack, 64 to 205. BP weapon. She's on her quote unquote signature set, the Cryo one, C0, and she's not crowned. And now we get to Electro, and oh my god, we have Flint's. God, I love him so much! He is like the character that I was looking forward to the most from Nalcry. He is so cool, and I love him so much. So, a little bit of context. Lost to Lao Mount 6.0, got my guaranteed Flints, and got his weapon! Yay! Because obviously it was a version with a lot of pulls in the end, so I was able to grab it. So, 2.3k attack, 69, nice. Crit rate to 219 crit damage, 120 ER, signature Nalcry set. So a little bit more crit rate. It actually ends up being 99%. And C0, but triple crowned. Very, very nice. Next up, we have Inefa, which I actually ended up getting in 6.3 next to the Columbina banner. I reached pity and thankfully I won my 50-50. Really happy about that. So 2.4k, 67, not gonna comment, to 173, 125 ER. The Nalcry craftable weapon, the signature Nalcry support set, C0, and she's crowned on the skill. Next up, Varesa was a very interesting case because I didn't plan to pull for her at all when she first released on 5.5, I believe. But in the end, her gameplay is what made me pull for her because her design is cool. I didn't really enjoy it at first. Now I look at her and I'm like, she's cute. But yeah, wasn't gonna pull for the design and didn't really care about her character first. But then I actually learned how to play her and I actually thought she was really, really fun. And that's why I ended up pulling for her. But I actually lost at like 60 pity first, and then I had to scramble my way back to pity. So all those Primogems from that new area at the time went to Varesa. But I was able to get her in the end, so happy about that. 1.5k attack, 76 to 206. The crit damage 4-star weapon, Catalyst. I don't remember the name. Witsith, I think? Maybe. Anyways. Signature set, C0, and crowned on the normal attack. Next up, Chlorinde. Which is an interesting case because at the time, I believe 4.7, I want to say. She released and I thought she was really, really cool. Also, we had the Bond of Life brand new mechanics from Arlecchino. But I actually had a guarantee and I decided to go for Alhaitham because I wanted him so bad after not getting him on his 3.4 debut banner. Excuse me, I'm talking like way longer than I'm used to. So, pulled for Alhaitham, got my guaranteed Alhaitham, and then decided to build pity on Chlorinde because I was like, imagine if I get her. Lo and behold, I got her. So, a diva. 7.1? Imagine. 1.7k attack, 66% crit rate, which I think becomes 86 with her passive. Yes, 86. And 196 crit damage, 122 ER. Battle Pass weapon, signature Bond of Life set, C0, and she's crowned on the skill. Sino. As I said with the Venti explanation, pulled on his debut banner. Wasn't planning on it, but I also wanted to get Tignari, so I was like, okay, but what if I lose to Tignari? I didn't lose to Tignari, and I got Sino. But I'm glad I did, because he is actually super duper cool. I enjoy his design so much, and I enjoy even more his voice actor. I'm a huge fan of Alejandro Sab, so I'm really happy I have him now. If anything, just to make tribute to my incredible pal, which I don't know personally, but I just love him so much. I watch his streams frequently, and especially the HSR polls with Molly Zhang. Also a huge fan of her. Okay, anyways. 1.2k attack. The defense is worrying, but my build is the best that I could make it. 58% crit rate to 15, 120% ER, the BP weapon, his signature set, C0, and he's 888. But now that he's buffed, maybe if they release a Stellar Conduct, well, yeah, the Sandrone set is Stellar Conduct. Maybe I'll look into that. Maybe I'll actually switch him up a bit. We'll see, we'll see. And next we have Raiden Shogun. She is the reason I came back to the game, because I love purple. And she's the Archon of Purple, and also Electro. So, when I came back to the game, she was the character on the banner, second half of 2.5, and she was, at the time, my favorite character. She's also still one of my favorite characters, just not as high as she used to be. But I really liked her. I decided to pull for her because I was really excited to get a new character, and thankfully, within my first couple of pulls, I actually ended up getting her. I then checked, and it was actually early, but I did have a guarantee. So, very nice. She is a complete diva, and she's so purple, and I love her so much. 1.3, almost 1.4k attack, 55 to 160, but 289 ER. She's not my best work, but I think she's pretty good. And I do have her signature, which I got while pulling for Kenichi's weapon. But I wanted either of them, so I was really happy to get it as well. And it's also really purple. So very nice. She's on Emblem, signature set, I would say. C0. I'm sorry, I'm not planning to go for E2. And Triple Crown like she deserves. And last, not necessarily least, but a little bit, Kaching. She messed me up with the Ayaka pulls, and since then, I have gotten 5 more. So, no comments. 1.7k attack, 71 to 202, 110 ER, BP weapon, the signature Electro set, and 777. Well, this is 10 because, yeah. Anyways. And now we move on to Dendro, possibly my favorite element because most of these characters I adore. And we're starting with Nefer. 6.1, I didn't have a guarantee, but I had lost 2 50-50s in a row. So I had a high chance of getting the, how's this called in English? You know, the safe catch, what? Well, the one that increases your 50-50 odds to 75-25, basically. Oh my god, I don't remember. In Spanish, it's Captura del Resplandor. But in English, I literally don't remember. But you know, that special animation you get. Anyways. So, 75-25, I pulled for her. And I actually ended up not only winning, but technically losing and being saved by that mechanic. Because I ended up getting my first thingy, shiny thingy. God, I'm so mad that I don't remember the name. But anyways. So, 1.2k attack, 72 to 279. So insane. And 127 ER. And I do have her signature. because I ended up getting it from the rerun that happened in... I don't remember. Was it 6.5, I believe? I think so. So yeah, I'm very happy about that because this is an insane weapon. And I was so happy to finally get it. The signature Nullcry set, which obviously increases the crit rate to 102%. C0, unfortunately, but she is crowned on the skill. And probably one of my more like well-built characters because that crit ratio is insane. Yeah, as I thought. These artifacts are pretty darn good, I would say. And next up we have Flauma, a character that I also got in 6.5. She was my main goal. I believe I had a guarantee. Yes, I had a guarantee. But thankfully I ended up getting her early, and that's what allowed me to get Nefer's weapon. Or to pull for it, because I probably wouldn't... I didn't know if I was gonna get it at the time. I didn't have a guarantee, you know. Okay, so 65 to 162, 183 ER. And 700 EM. Oh, what was... Oh, almost 600 EM on Nefer, by the way. Not her signature, because I ended up getting Nefer's weapon. But we do have the event one that gives CR. Signature Nullcry support set. C0. I would love to get her C1 at some point, because then not only she becomes a support, well, she's a support already, but she also becomes a healer. So that frees up a slot on my team, which would be so insane to have like Nefer, Lauma, Nahida, and Columbina on the same team. That would be insane. And double crown on skill and burst. Next up, we have Kinich, my favorite Natlem boy. He's so cool. And I love his design so much. As you guys can tell, I love pixelated art. Yes, we get it. We get it. Anyways. How is it in English? Is it also Aha? Ahau? Oh my god, I forgot to pronounce his name! No! I think it's also Ahau. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. Anyways, 2.1k attack, 53 to 214. And he's on the Nullcry signature set, so that becomes 90%. And he does have his signature weapon, because after losing to Raidens, I actually ended up getting his as well. Thankfully, because it's super duper cool. And C0 was almost a C1, because I pulled for it, and at 3 pity, I got a 5-star, and I got a Dia. I was so upset, but it's okay, he still does phenomenal. And crown on the skill. And next up, Emily. She is really cool, and she's a character that I did not intend to pull for at first, but it was on 4.8, I believe. I didn't know if I wanted her or not. I had heard that she was good with Kinich, but I wasn't really sure. So I decided like, maybe I do a couple of pulls, the pulls that I had at the moment, which were like 20 or 30. And if I get her good, and if not, then I keep saving for, you know, Mualani and Kinich at the time. And I ended up getting her early and winning my 50-50. And now she's a core part of my Kinich team. So I couldn't be happier with her. She's so cool. So, 2.3k attack, 61 to 213. 113 ER. She's on Xiao's signature weapon. I am aware that maybe the Battle Pass weapon would be better, simply because it does have more crit rate, and the buffs are actually useful because, you know, she does a normal attack. But I just like it for the high base attack, and I don't think she like is doing that bad at all. And if I'm being completely honest, it's the color matching. It's 1000% the color matching. Like, look at her with the Battle Pass weapon. Doesn't match at all. So ugly. Look at her with Xiao's signature. It basically looks like her own signature. It's so beautiful. They even have the same freaking green. So yeah, that's why. And that's also why I kind of don't want to get her weapon. Because I just love the color matching. Anyways, signature set that released with her, the Burning set. C0, and she's not crowned. And next up, Vaishu. This is a character that I wanted for so long, since I saw him on the Liyue story before I quit Genshin and before I came back, obviously. I saw he had a Dendro vision, and I was like, I love this man, I need this man, when are they gonna release this man? And on 3.6 they finally did. Excuse me. But psych, that is not when I got him. I ended up losing my 50-50 to Keqing again on his banner. But then on 4.2, I was lucky enough to get him early and win my 50-50. So 44k HP and 175% ER, also 50% healing. He is on the craftable weapon, the healer set. C1 because I was able to claim it from the Temper Thyself event, and he is not crowned. So yeah, very happy with Vaishu. Next we have Al Haytham, and as I said before, I kind of regretted in the end not pulling for him in 3.4, although I'm happy to have Xiao. So I ended up pulling for him in 4.7, and I guaranteed him. So 1.2k attack, 332 EM, 62,203. BP weapon, the signature set, the EM set, and triple crown because man. So yeah, not much to say about his pulls because I explained before. And next up we have Nahida. Probably not the most insane pulls of my life, but definitely were the ones I hold most dear because I had such a huge reaction. Basically, we arrived to 3.2 and I didn't have a guarantee, but I had saved since I got that C2 Venti. I skipped Nilu and I skipped Albedo to go for Nahida. Mind you, Albedo is one of my most wanted characters. I want him so bad, and whenever he comes around again, I need to pull for him. But basically, I skipped all of them to pull for Nahida, right? So I got my pulls, I reached Pity, Hard Pity, and I got another Diluc. And it was part of the Archon curse, of course, because all my Archons have to be lost to Diluc. Which, little fact that I didn't mention before, the first character that I got in my account, the first 5-star, AR-53, was Diluc. I didn't technically lose to Raiden with Diluc, but Diluc gave me a guarantee for Raiden. So that's why I consider that they're all related. So it's like, Diluc guaranteed me Raiden, I lost Zhongli to Diluc twice, and then I lost Nahida to Diluc. So, kinda crazy. But thankfully, after being depressed for so long, because I was genuinely, like, upset, it was affecting me, because I was like, there's no way, she's so cool and so good, and, like, she's one of my favorite characters. And I was so sad, basically, to not have her. But thankfully, at like 30 or 40 pity, I ended up getting her early. And when I tell you, when I saw that gold, I literally screamed my lungs out, jumped around the house, and celebrated like no one has celebrated before. And that was like, I don't know, to say my most unexpected early, I would say. Because I've gotten plenty of earlies after that, but I have never like been as utterly shocked as I was with Nahida's early. So I was very happy to get her in the end. So 1014 EM and 138 energy recharge. She's also on that EM Forcer weapon. She's on her signature set, the Danjo one, C0, and triple crowned. And lastly, we get to my favorite character, my boy. I love him so much. He's so cute. And obviously he's a furry. Anyways, it may be part of why I love him so much. Moving on. I didn't get him until the 5-star standard 5-star selector from Natlan. I had to wait 2 whole years since he released to finally have him. For 2 whole years, my favorite character was like within my reach because I could have lost to him at any point. And I literally think I lost to Dia twice before getting a single Tignari. So yeah. But I ended up finally getting him. And right now, he is at C3. I don't remember every single one. I think all of them have been... No, one of them or 2 of them have been standard. And one of them was another loss. I think the Chaska loss was to Tignari, which I had like 2 versions ago from that. So that was the C1, and I think these 2 are from the standard. Not entirely sure though. 1.5k attack, 79 to 188, and something that I am really upset about, I don't have his signature because I wasn't able to pull for it. I'm so sorry. But I want to get it whenever it reruns. Like, I'm dropping everything to get it. And I'll showcase this in a sec, but I even have like kind of a secondary build prepared that focuses more on getting more crit damage because his signature has 44 crit rate. So yeah, anyways. But meanwhile, I do have the Skyward Harp. Here's his set. It's actually not the best. I would like to make it better, but I think he does well enough with it. The flower, the feather, this is the one that could be improved. The EM Sands, which, as you may see, was a pain. I did 3 freaking EM Sands to get a good one. And it's not even the best I could make, but like, it's good enough. This is an insane one. The Territory Damage Bonus Goblet. 4 crit rerolls. But I do have a secondary one. I think it's this one. That has more crit damage. And then the Circlet, which I'm actually really happy about. This is a really nice distribution. But anyways. C3 and Triple Crown because obviously. And hopefully I can get his signature someday. And with that, we only have 2 more categories, Hydro and Pyro. Then I'll quickly showcase my 4 stars. They aren't very relevant. And that will be it because my throat is starting to hurt a little bit. Next up, Columbina. She was such a cool pool. Like, she wasn't anything like special. I didn't get her early. I didn't get like any doubles or anything like that. But I was looking forward to her so much since I saw her in the 6.0 trailer. I was like, she is so ethereal and beautiful and everything. She's incredible. And I love him. I love her so much. She's so precious. And I got to pity on her banner, and thank God I won my 50-50. Because otherwise, I would have been so upset. But in the end, I do have her. So, 33k HP. 97 to 209. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. The BP weapon, I am currently pulling for her signature, but I don't think I will get it. It would be really nice, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, her signature set, C0, and double crowned. I actually thought she was triple crowned. I'll have to look into that. Oh, I remember. I was running out of crowns, so I prioritized these 2. But yeah, she's super duper cool, and I love Columbina so much. Next up, Mualani. She is very energetic, and I also quite like her. Just won my 50-50 when I reached pity on her banner. Nothing special, but it was very nice. And she is a huge nuker, damage nuke. Super fun to see her do like 500,000 damage. 38k HP, 58, which is 98 with the set, to 249. Nalan characters are definitely the easiest to build. With Sith, I think it was the name, signature Nalan set, C0, and double crowned on skill and burst. Next up, Sandrone, which was a little bit of a weird case because I didn't plan on pulling for her. It was 5.4 Mizuki release, but I decided I wanted to build a little bit of pity for Wriothesley, and most of the time building pity goes well if you want the character. But in this case, I didn't really want Sandrone. I was like, okay, if I get her, it's cool. If I were to have gotten her at like 10, I got her at like 40 something. And I was like, maybe I should have stopped. Yeah. So, don't build pity, guys. Don't do it. Learn from my mistakes. 50k HP. 52 to 120 because for some reason she wants crit. No ER. 3-star HP bow. Signature set, the one from Xianyun. C0 and no crowns. And now we got to Farida! Oh, what a diva. I also adore her. She's so theatrical and so everything. She serves, absolutely. And I am glad to say that I did have a guarantee for her. So the moment she released, I was able to get her. And I don't regret it at all. I spent like literal days in agony waiting for her. Because I was just looking forward to her so much. That like day after day, I was like, when is 4.2 coming, please? But in the end, she finally released and I do have her. So 35k HP, 93 to 198, only 143 ER because I use her more as a sub DPS and a support. The BP weapon, signature set, golden troop, I believe. C0 unfortunately, but she is triple crowned. And next up is Neuvillette, goes hand in hand. Also recently got his skin. He looks so good. I love it so much. He's such a gentleman. And at first, I didn't really want Neuvillette when he was announced. I didn't really care for him. But then I like tried him out and I heard that he was insane and I could like corroborate that. And I was like, you know what? Because I had a guarantee from Zhongli. I was gonna save it, but I thought, actually, I just want to go with this guy, and I ended up getting Neuvillette. And I don't regret it. He carried me all the way up until Natlan. Like, all of Fontaine, it was me, Neuvillette, Farina versus the world. And that was it. So 30k HP, 64 to 243, with the 36 from the Fontaine set is actually 100. No signature, unfortunately, but I have with Sith, signature Fontaine set, and triple crown. Oh, C0 as well, sorry. And yeah, love him to bits. And next up is Nilou. She's so cute. I forgot I had her skin. It's super pretty. I think this was also a birthday gift from when it released in 4.8, I believe. Well, yes. I actually got Nilou also in 4.8, and I got her on my first single pull right after the banner released. I had like, what, 7 pity or so? I claimed the Primo gems from maintenance. I did my pulls. On the first one, on the first single, I got Nilou. So I was super duper excited because I wanted her since she released, but I hadn't like had a good moment to pull for her. And I knew that I wanted her at that moment. And when I got her my first pull, I was so freaking happy. And yeah, I adore her kit. I adore her playstyle. I adore her personality, everything. And she's at 69k HP and 135 ER because you don't really need crit. And 133 EM because you also don't really need EM. She's just an enabler. And I do have her signature, which I also got at the same time. It was risky because I didn't want to get another Navia weapon, but I thought to myself that since it was just before Natlan, I could give it to Kinich if I got a dupe, but I mainly was aiming for Nilu's weapon and thankfully got it. So now my Bloom teams are insane. She's on 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Vurkasha. Well, full HP basically. C1 that I claimed from the Temper Thyself event. And she's crowned on the burst, which isn't necessary. Technically, you don't need to level up her talents at all, but I wanted to, because she deserves it. And next up, we have Ayato, which, as I mentioned before, I thought when I got him that he was a healer. Then I learned that he was a DPS, I learned how to play him. He's fun, but I don't use him nowadays, to be completely honest. Plus, his build doesn't help him that much, yeah. 1.7k attack, 50 to 218, and 122 ER. BP weapon, and this set, which is really not good. But yeah, it's quote-unquote his signature, kind of. Maybe I'll actually rebuild him some other time, but we'll see. C0 and no crown. And Yelan with her skin because she is a diva. I also got her on 3.4? Was it? I think so. I think I got her on 3.4. She reran with Xiao. Wait. Did I get her then? I honestly don't remember. Well, it's okay. What I do know is that she was a 150-50 and I was really happy about that. I think it wasn't 3.4. Anyways, 34k HP, 75 to 181, 141 ER because I use her more as a sub DPS. BP weapon. 4-piece emblem. C0, unfortunately. I hope they add her eventually to the Temper Thyself event, because I would love to have her C1. And crown on the burst. Next we have Kokomi, which I ended up getting in 3.8. I saved 80 pulls for her, because I needed her so bad. I needed a good healer, and I ended up getting her. 40k HP, negative crit rate, 160 ER, HP, craftable weapon, healer set, C0, and 999. 999? Oh, I think I ran out of crowns again. I'm so sorry guys, my throat is starting to like actually hurt. I'm gonna quickly get through the Pyro characters and then we'll be done for the day. I'm sorry, I probably won't get to the 4 stars. But it's okay, we can make a part 2 if you guys truly want. I don't know if all this rambling in the background really like entertains anyone, but I just wanted to put this out there, just to give a little bit more info about my account. And last for Hydro is Mona. As I said, I got her on a pull on a Saturday on the Send the Banner, and I built her like a couple of years after. She's at 54 to 112, 300 ER. She's on Favonius Codex. I do know the name of that emblem. She's C3, and she's 888. And next up, finally, Pyro. We have Durin. He's so cute. I know I said Flint's is. Did I say it? Oh no, I didn't say that. I said that for Kinich. Literally, Nullcry, I cannot decide. It's the holy trinity of men. Himbo Varga, Twink Durin, and just old man Flins. It's kind of weird, but I don't see him like that way. I see him as a little like brother. He's so cute. He's so adorable. I love him so much. He's my baby. And almost 1.8k attack, 82 to 20, 136 ER. He's on the BP weapon, emblem as well. I didn't want to change his set because I got such insane pieces. Like, look at this. Look at this. I think this might be one of my best pieces, alongside something that I will show later. C0 and Triple Crown because he deserves it. And we got to Mavuika, arguably my best build character of this account, I believe. As I said before, got her on her release and won my 50-50, breaking the Archon Curse, and I couldn't be happier about it. Since I saw her in the trailer, I saw like her design, I fell in love. Like, she is incredible. And when they showed her gameplay and she had a freaking motorbike, I was like, I need this diva. So yeah, and I got her. 1.8k attack, 55, which is actually 95, to 278. No ER, obviously, because she doesn't use it. Unfortunately, I have this free-to-play weapon from the monthly shop because I wasn't able to get her signature, but it's okay. On the Natlan set, on the Natlan set, of course, and I think this is also one of my best pieces, yes. This goblet is not crafted, by the way. It's so insane. I think calculating right now, this is like 48 CV, crit value, which is almost 50, which is insane. So yeah, C0, unfortunately, haven't been able to pull for her anymore, but Triple Crown. And next up, Arlecchino, a character that I wanted to have so bad because I pulled for her first, but I think I lost my 50-50. And after, yes, that's the 50-50 I lost, I guarantee I'll hate them. Anyways, after I was like, I need her so bad. So when she came around in 5.3 and I was able to get her, I was so happy. 1.7k attack, 88 to 11, 127 ER. She's on the BP weapon, which kind of fits her. Her signature set, C0 and Triple Crown. And she has a piece of info. Oh, Sandrone, yeah. So yeah, very happy to have father. Then, next up, we have Lini, my first character from Fontaine. And I was really happy that it was him. I know that people didn't care about him as much, but they don't give him the credit that he deserves. He's super duper good. And I absolutely adore his design so much. He's so silly, goofy. I like him a lot. So 1.7k attack, 54 to 220, which if I remember correctly should be 90 with the set. Another monthly shop weapon, this bow. And yeah, Fontaine set. And this is, I think, also one of my most insane pieces. Oh no, Nouvellette has it. I moved it around. Yeah, also insane rolls. The only bad thing is that this was a 3-liner at first. But yeah, also rolled insanely good. Insanely well. Oh, C0 and Triple Crown. Next up, Daya. Daya is an interesting case because I know a lot of people say she's bad, but I don't care because I have C6. So it fixes everything about her kid, basically. So I sometimes use her as a sub DPS. I don't actually use her as much as I should, but I actually quite like using her. I enjoy it. And I actually ended up getting her on her debut banner. I did a silly temple and somehow I got her. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And so she's here. So 31k HP and 1.5k attack, 76 to 173. She's also on that monthly weapon banner. Weapon banner? Monthly shop weapon. Sorry, yes. A signature set, kind of. C6. I think she was my first 5-star C6. Unfortunate, but it's okay. I would have loved it to be Tignari, but yeah, she's cool. I mean, she's nice. And triple 8, so no crowns. Yoimiya! She's also very, very fun. I quite liked her in the story, and I think her personality is so bubbly, and I quite enjoy it. But I didn't fully plan on pulling for her. I got her while pulling for Kirara in 3.8, I believe. Or 3.7. Regardless. She is really cute. 2.1k attack, 51 to 177. I'm not currently, but I'm on and off working on her build because it wasn't the best and I want to improve that. I have the Rust, R5, signature set, C0, and no crowns. Then next we have Dialuk. He's nice, but he's done me wrong so many times. So I have lost all all sympathy for him anyways. But at least I have his skin, which makes him look really cool. So 1.6k, 76 to exactly 200. I don't know how he did that. BP weapon because I actually don't have his signature, even though it's from the standard. I don't know how this set is called, but the signature fire pyro set. The witch... It's witch something. Anyways. And my second C6 5-star. Which... Anyways. And 777, not even 888. Because I am a spiteful person. No, but like, seriously. I don't use him at all. Anyways. And last but not least, the Traveler. It's me. Wow. And we're not gonna talk about Jean or the 4-stars because, yeah, my throat hurts. And it's already almost an hour and a half. Nobody's gonna watch this video. Nobody's gonna care. Anyways. But I wanted to do it anyways. So, the Traveler. Most people don't use him. But I love using the Pyro one, and he's full on my Kenichi team. So 1.3k attack, 78 to 176, and 163 ER. The BP weapon, and he's on the Natlan set. Although I have tried to put him on a Noblesse one for like a little bit of general support because I didn't want to lock him on a single element. But in the end, I ended up doing Natlan because he's just the best on that. C6, obviously, because it's free. And 777, because, I'm sorry, they changed his talent levels with every single element, so I couldn't afford doing even more. And with that, we have done all pertinent comments about my level 90 5-stars. My throat hurts so much. I'm so sorry. I wished I would have been like more brief so we could have talked about everything, but I just wanted to, you know, give out whatever I had to say about everyone. Maybe if you guys really want to, we can get onto some of my 4-stars and a little bit on my account overview, you know, other stuff like whatever I have in my bag. Oh my god, like those TikTok videos, like what's in my bag? Anyways, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you look forward to the next couple of videos that I'm gonna be doing throughout this week. I hope my throat and my voice don't leave me until I'm done with them, but we'll see what happens. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!